Welcome to Mysteries, Myths, and Legends. I'm Savannah.
And I'm Taylor, and we are two best friends who really like to talk to each other. So we thought we would just make a podcast, talk to each other, and hopefully talk to some more people.
And this podcast we're hoping it'll bring some sitting by the campfire vibes, telling each other scary stories,
You know, some
or old
creepy,
legends.
some creepy, spooky, eerie, weird stories.
Yes.
Yeah, so basically, me and Savannah, we met in college.
Mm-hmm.
We lived in the same dorm room freshman year. But fun fact, we actually lived in the same city before college, but we never met each other.
Yeah. I mean, I was only there for a year before we went to college because I
Yeah,
moved there, but I mean, it is kind of crazy that
it
we
really
never
is.
ran into each other
It
or
really is.
anything.
It's so wild. Yeah, so basically, me and Savannah, we both have full time, regular desk jobs during the day,
Boring jobs.
boring 9 to 5. And we just decided, that really just wasn't enough work for us. Let's just add some more to our plate and
Yeah,
start
because
a
we
podcast.
we hate ourselves.
Yeah, we hate ourselves and we just love to add stress to our lives.
Yeah, exactly.
So, another
And the
fun
fact
fact.
that
Oh, wait, go ahead.
I think we are about to say the same
Yeah,
thing.
I think so too.
The fact that we recorded this like 5 times already.
Yeah, in case you didn't know, starting a podcast is really hard. It's a
Yeah.
lot. I don't know why I thought it was going to be easy. I really did. I just like, yeah, we're just going to record it and put it up.
I know.
I
Yeah.
was so wrong.
We've had a lot of technical difficulties, some personal
Yes,
difficulties. Just,
a lot. Like currently, right now, let me just tell you guys, I would need you to close your eyes. Envision me. I'm sitting with my computer, all of my devices, with my comforter over my head. And I am the tallest point underneath that blanket. So I'm trying to keep my head extremely still. So,
Yeah, see, we're trying with Taylor's audio, so hopefully it's good in this recording. If it's not, somebody tell us how to fix it.
yeah, because I
Please.
don't know how to soundproof. I don't know anything about anything, honestly. So we just need some
Yeah.
help. So
I
let us
mean,
know. But yeah, I think that's kind of all like the housekeeping type stuff we have.
okay, yeah. We can get started here. I
Heyo.
think I'm gonna go first.
Okay. Save the best for last. I get it.
Oh my god. You gotta don't say that. Mine's
Just
definitely
kidding.
better.
I mean, yeah. So what are you talking about?
Okay, so I have the lost city of Atlantis.
Ooh, okay.
So we're starting off with one that's not that scary, but
Yeah.
it's
Could
it's
be
still like
scary.
really interesting, so we're gonna get into it.
Yeah.
All right, so Atlantis, like everybody knows sort of the story of Atlantis. It was a city that is underwater. It drowned underwater, basically.
Mhm.
I mean,
I mean, that's scary
land
to
damage.
me. You said it
Yeah.
wasn't scary, but that's a little bit horrifying.
Well, that's true. That's true. That part of it's scary.
Yeah.
Um, but people might not know like the background behind all of it because it's so like wrapped up in media nowadays. Like everybody knows all like the stories that are in shows and movies, but the real story was written by Plato in ancient Greece.
Okay. The philosopher?
Yes, the philosopher, he was living around like 350 BC.
Oh, wow. That's a long time ago.
Yeah, a really long time ago. And he wrote of Atlantis in two of his stories, Timaeus and Critias. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but that's what Wikipedia said. Um, and he actually heard of this story from his grandfather, and it was one of those stories that was like told for generations, so passed down.
Wow. So it was already a legend in 300 whatever BC.
Yeah, yeah,
Wow.
exactly.
Okay. So she's
So this
old,
story's
old.
like always been around almost.
Yeah.
Um so in one of the stories that Plato writes, he says that Atlantis was around in like 9,000 years before his lifetime. So,
Oh my
it,
God. 9,000 years
like,
before 300 something BC?
yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
so literally forever ago.
guess. Over 9,000 BC. So 9,300 ish,
Wow.
maybe. Maybe more than that. I don't even know.
Well, more than that because we're in AD now. So,
Well,
like,
yeah, yeah, I know.
I'm not doing math, but that's just a lot of numbers. A long
Yeah, it's
time.
a lot. Okay, where's the next part? So around 9,000 BC, um, so when Atlantis was thriving, this was the transition from hunter gatherers into agricultural civilizations.
Oh, okay.
So people were making the first version of bread.
Oh my
They
gosh. Do you hear
and they
Juju back there?
yes.
Juju is one of my cats. He's making his future presentation right now onto the
Yeah,
podcast.
his
He's saying,
debut.
yes, his debut. He's saying hello. Anyway, continue. So sorry about that.
Okay, people were making the first version of bread, which is like I don't even know what that was. Like what is
What
the
does that
first
mean? The
version of bread?
first version of bread.
So it's not like the bread we make now, I guess, but
Ew, I feel like that sounds
similar.
gross.
Maybe like similar to a pita or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, they were in ancient Greece, so maybe they were eating some hummus on that first original bread.
Yeah, true. Honestly. And people started eating like lentils and stuff, like stuff you could grow, I guess.
Yeah,
Um, they didn't have pottery wheels all the way back then.
yeah. I guess I can see
Um,
that. So they just did it by hand.
yeah,
That sounds
or
extremely
they
hard.
didn't have it at all.
Yeah, that's
Like
true.
some civilizations didn't have any like pottery or bowls or anything, which is kind
Wow,
of crazy to think about.
that's really crazy.
But the like Atlantis had all these things. They were top notch in their agriculture. They
Oh,
were like
they
one of
were
the
thriving.
yes, they um provided food to all of their citizens. So they didn't even have to like go anywhere else to get their food.
Oh, that's really
They could
cool.
just yeah, so they were self-sufficient
Wow, they were
in
super ahead of the
that.
times.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why people say that they were like so advanced and stuff is because during that time, people were just starting to be into agriculture and stuff and they were already so far ahead in that.
Hmm.
And I guess other things too, but yeah. Um and the it's also good to note the Greek gods were not like they weren't around or like
They
talked
weren't
about
they weren't born yet.
until like 700 or 600 BC.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah. So in Plato's story, he says that they worship Poseidon, but that was probably just his spin on it because
Poseidon wasn't
back
born yet.
then, yeah.
Wow, interesting. I mean, they could have also been just like, I mean, I'm sure there were gods, at least in their mind, that they could have worshipped, like back then too.
Yeah, probably. Just like a similar one,
Yeah.
just maybe not the same name.
Hmm.
But in this story that Plato tells, Atlantis, they worship Poseidon and they named the island after Poseidon's son, or Poseidon named the island after his son Atlas,
Oh, okay, yeah, I
and he
definitely
was
know
king of the
Atlas.
island.
King of the island is me.
Yeah.
Anyway.
um, but yeah, so that's how we get Atlantis, Atlas.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
makes sense.
And in the center of the island, there is a giant statue and a temple for Poseidon.
Oh, wow.
And the island is actually um it's set up in concentric circles. So
What is
I
that?
don't
You
yeah,
know I don't know.
yeah. So it's a circle within a circle,
Oh,
like
okay.
like a circle and then like rings around it.
Oh, that's the city was built like that?
Uh yeah, like the whole island.
Dude, that's so cool. Why don't we build things like that now?
I know, yeah. They probably had to like, I don't know, dig around it and stuff.
Oh,
Oh.
they definitely did. That's weird, I feel like, but I like it.
Hmm. And he says that it was near the Pillars of Hercules.
Oh, I don't know where that
So
is, but that sounds cool too.
yeah, nobody really has been able to set exactly where that could be, but like there's like a few different guesses on where that could be.
Hmm.
So and I'll get to that in a little bit.
Oh,
But
okay. A tease.
um, yeah. Oh my god. Um, they okay. I already said they had like an advanced technology, um, like all the agricultural stuff, and they were self sufficient, and they were seen as like utopian.
Oh,
So
okay.
just seemed like everything you could ever want was there.
Sounds pretty perfect to me.
Yeah, maybe a little too perfect.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Okay, so it was too perfect.
Oh yeah, knew that was
They
coming.
they were hungry for power. At least the people in charge were, I
Okay,
guess.
that sounds
And
familiar.
they went to war with some other countries in Asia and Europe. And some things I read said that they might have been trying to get slaves
Oh,
from these other countries.
disgusting.
So because of this, the gods punished them for being like immoral.
And greedy.
Um yeah, exactly. Atlantis was destroyed from a big disaster. They were swallowed by the sea, and earthquakes and tsunamis hit the island. It sank in one day.
Oh wow. Fun fact,
So,
tsunamis are my biggest fear on the whole world. So that's
oh my god.
horrifying. You said that this story wasn't scary, but all of a sudden I'm so scared.
I feel like no tsunamis like uh, they're not really a thing that happens in the US though, right?
I mean,
Like
yeah, but like
has a tsunami ever happened here?
unsure about that, but I mean, if there were to be a tsunami, out of the two of us, it would be me that would be in it. So
Yeah, cuz you do live by the ocean,
yeah,
but
yeah. So that doesn't really help my fear, but it's fine.
yeah, well, uh, just don't be immoral like
Yeah,
them.
I won't be greedy. I'll try.
Exactly. Okay, so it sank in one day, and then after that, Atlantis has just been a mystery to everybody who knows the story. They like we want to know what happened to this place. Did it ever exist?
Yeah, like I want to know,
You
like,
know.
is it literally sunk on the bottom of the ocean somewhere? That's crazy.
I know. Yeah. So sadly, there's no definite answer. So all these are just
No.
theories. But okay, so one theory is that Atlantis was actually the eighth continent
Oh.
at one point. Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
But then I guess the concentric rings
Yeah.
thing, I don't know if that would still be how it's set up, you
Yeah.
know,
Also, I was gonna
because
say,
it's
like,
like a huge
if they
continent.
were calling it a continent, it must have been pretty big.
Yeah. I mean, I do have something about that though, because back then, apparently, a continent wasn't the same as a continent is now.
Oh, like the word doesn't. Well, it was forever ago, so
Yeah.
makes sense that the
They,
vocab is different.
yeah, they said that a continent was more like just a body of land.
Oh, okay.
So not
So not
this,
a
yeah,
giant
not the same
continent. Yeah.
definition. Yeah. It could just be like, oh, the continent of Italy.
Oh,
And it's like, that's not a continent, but
yeah. Not in our terms, at least.
yeah. And he also said in his story that it was larger than Libya and Asia together, but
Um.
he, like, during that time, there was Asia Minor.
Okay, I was gonna say. So it definitely wasn't real then if it was bigger than both of those.
I
But
know. Yeah, exactly.
I don't know
Um,
what Asia Minor is, but it sounds little compared to Asia Major question mark.
yeah. Asia Minor, it was like a smaller country, but not, it was still pretty big, but it was like part of Turkey now.
Oh, okay. So
So
definitely way smaller than our Asia today.
yeah. Oh, definitely. Um Okay, so that theory is like out. A lot of people say that that's true though, that Atlantis was the eighth continent sometime. But
Interesting.
I don't know. Okay, so the next one is Atlantis was an island in the Mediterranean.
Oh.
So it would have been like around Greece and all that. So
Mm-hmm.
um one of the islands that it could have been is Santorini.
Oh my gosh, that's my dream travel
I
location.
thought you might say that.
It
It's really pretty there.
really is.
So their ancient civilization, they were the Minoans that used to live there.
Okay.
Uh, there was a huge volcanic eruption that caused an earthquake and tsunami that destroyed their civilization.
Oh, okay. I
So
see the
that
connection.
connects, yeah. And they were highly civilized for the time, so they had like high tech technology stuff,
Yeah.
just like the Atlanteans.
Mm-hmm.
But the only thing about this one is the timing didn't really work out.
Oh no. Was it like
Yeah,
way after or something?
yeah,
Oh,
yeah. It was like way after they said
dang.
that Atlantis was around. So
So that one's
sadly,
probably not it, I'm guessing.
yeah, I don't really think that one was it.
Well,
But
then when we go to Santorini, we can just see. We can go scuba, see if we see any Atlantis
oh,
down
I
there.
know. Yeah, just go diving down
Yeah,
there.
just low key.
The next one is Malta.
Okay, I think I've heard of that before, maybe.
Yeah, this is a little island near Italy, I believe.
Mm.
Um and it has like really cool historical buildings and everything. It's really cool. Like I've seen pictures of it. I want to go.
Ooh.
I want to go there.
Your
um
dream location.
yeah, exactly. So the proof for that is that it could have been a bigger island at one point. There's a cliff edge that just sort of drops off,
Mm-hmm.
and the cliff edge is like a rock,
Yeah,
right? The
yeah,
ground is like
yeah, like a
stone,
rock. Yeah.
and it you can tell it sort of like dropped off the edge because there's cart ruts. There's like
What is that?
it's like there's like lines engraved in the rock,
Oh, okay.
like that they would have used to like push things
Wow. So like
around the
this,
island.
so this cliff is basically just a giant fossil
Kind of, yeah, honestly.
of potential evidence of Atlantis.
Yeah, and it like
Oh,
goes over the edge. So it's like either they were pushing stuff into the ocean, which is like
hmm,
very unlikely, or
yeah.
it like fell off the edge and there was more land there at one point.
Oh, whoa. I mean, I feel like
So,
that's probably like even if that wasn't Atlantis, I feel like that's probably like there was definitely land. You know,
yeah.
I mean,
No,
because
yeah.
what were they pushing in the ocean? Like what? Nothing.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh,
So
interesting.
that was pretty cool. And the culture stopped suddenly in 2500 BC,
Hmm.
which is like, I mean,
I mean, the timing's a little off,
yeah, it's kind of
but
off, but and
I
also
mean, it's
there's
also
another
like
thing.
7,000 years kind of off.
Yeah. Well, whatever. They were non-violent,
Oh,
so
so not them.
it's kind of the opposite of the people of Atlantis
Yeah.
because they couldn't like wasn't really evidence of weapons for that culture.
Oh, interesting.
So
So
yeah,
it
and Atlantis
probably,
did have
yeah,
weapons.
so it probably wasn't them.
Yeah, I would say not.
Maybe that just means that there's like another lost civilization out there. Because I really feel like there was something where that cliff was.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, there was definitely people there.
Wow, that's cool.
I watched like a documentary on
Hmm.
this stuff, and they had some cool things on these islands, like that were ancient.
Wow, that's so cool.
Yeah, and I wish we had stuff that like that here.
Yeah, for
Like
sure.
I feel like we probably did at one point, but like maybe like colonists tore it down or something
Probably,
stupid.
probably.
Like
If I had to take a
America.
guess.
Yeah. Well, okay. So then third one that I have, Sardinia.
Oh,
Um,
sardines. Sorry,
yeah.
that's just the first thing I thought of.
I mean, yeah, that might be why it's named. I don't know. um, they were another island that had advanced technology for their ancient time. Um, and they were the second. They are the second largest island in the Mediterranean.
Oh, interesting.
Um, and they have a temple in the center of the island dedicated to a water deity.
Okay.
So
So
that is very Atlantis.
that's it. That's extremely Atlantis, if
Yes.
I had to say so myself.
Yeah. So there's that, and there's also um there were carvings of concentric circles
Um,
around the island. So like in random rocks around the island,
yeah.
they're just carved in.
Okay. Well, that
Which
sounds pretty like some hard evidence to me.
yeah, like that's a symbol of Atlantis.
Wait, and this is Sardine Land?
Sardinia, yeah.
I'm changing the name. It's now Sardine Land.
Oh my god. I don't know if they'll like that one.
Oh.
I think I like Sardinia better. But the thing about this one is it was also like the timing is sort of off.
Oh,
So
no.
we think like people think that this is the new Atlantis. Like
Oh, like where like the
where the
people.
people where the
Oh.
people went after Atlantis fell.
Oh, like survivors?
Yes. So it was like refugee land or something.
I feel like a lot of them probably wouldn't have survived.
I know. See, that's what I don't get. It's like how did they survive?
But I
But like
mean,
if
I'm
they
sure
did,
some did. Like they couldn't have all
yeah.
died.
Or maybe these people like moved off before the island sank.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe they were like, "No, I
That could
don't
be a
want a part of the
possibility.
war."
Yeah, maybe. We're coming up with a whole new theory right
Yeah,
now.
we're making our own theory. In fact, we're going to be the ones to find Atlantis, so y'all just wait
Oh,
on
true.
that.
Okay, well, I don't know if I can promise that. I would probably get seasick being out there for too
Me
long.
too. I get extremely seasick, so I don't know how we're going to do it, but we're going to figure it out.
I know. The last time I was on a boat actually was for marine biology,
Hmm.
like a few years ago, and it was on my birthday, and I was like feeling
Oh,
so
no.
seasick.
The
I was
last
like,
time
this is cool, but I'm seasick.
I'm low key dying. Yeah, the last time I was on a boat, me and my friend Taylor were going parasailing, and it was like a whole day adventure. Like you were out there
Oh,
all
I
day.
remember
I
when you
was
went.
so sick, so unbelievably sick, literally throwing up off
Yeah.
the side of the boat almost. It was
Uh,
horrible.
yeah.
So maybe we won't discover Atlantis. Sorry.
Yeah, we can hire people too when we're rich.
Yes, definitely. That's the first task on the list.
Exactly. Okay. Hire a team to find it. Okay.
Yes. Write that down, Juju.
Juju,
He's our assistant.
our note taker. Okay. So the next theory I have is about Lemuria.
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 Pretty name.
Yes. So this one is kind of crazy. It's on some ancient aliens type stuff.
Oh, okay. So this is the one I'm going with. I already
Oh,
knew.
yeah.
Say less. Honestly, you don't have to say anything else. It's aliens.
Oh, well, I don't know, but it's fun to think about it. Okay. So there's a lot of theories on the internet, you know how there is.
Oh yes, the internet.
The proof, I don't know if that's there, couldn't find it, but we're just gonna go with the theory because that's
Okay.
what this is about. Um, so it goes. Lemuria was an advanced civilization. They were older than Atlantis, and they sort of colonized Atlantis.
Okay.
So it was like a colony branching off from Lemuria, right?
Okay. Yeah.
And one day Atlantis like they wanted to have their independence or whatever and they started fighting Lemuria
Okay.
and both civilizations ended up sinking to the bottom of the ocean.
Oh no.
So, yeah, two alien civilizations
Whoa,
just
wait. Okay, I kind of forgot we were talking about aliens. So,
Yeah,
so you're
okay, let's go
saying
back to the alien
so you're
part.
saying that Lemurians were allegedly aliens in this theory, at least,
Yeah.
and Atlanteans were also potentially the same type of alien, but they were
Yeah.
fighting each other.
Yes.
So alien versus alien.
Yeah, and they came from the same place cuz like I said they were like Lemurians, they like moved to Atlantis,
Yeah.
like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
how colonizers do.
Yes.
Um,
We would know about
yeah.
that.
So about the alien part of it, apparently they were from the Lyrian star system and they lived for like 800
Oh,
years.
wow.
And
Okay.
they were like super tall. They had like lighter skin or something. I don't know. It kind of gets crazy, but it's like a general idea, I
Yeah.
guess. Oh, and a big part of it is they like their part of their advanced technology was like using their heart energy to like power things.
Their heart energy. Okay, that is
Yeah.
what I need to figure out how to use.
Yeah, see that's just like that reminds me of the Disney Atlantis movie.
Oh, oh my
You
gosh,
remember?
yes. Oh my
But
gosh,
they had
yes.
like the crystals.
Yeah. So we,
But it had like a same type of
yeah,
thing.
same type of vibe.
Okay. And there's actually a TikTok that I think you actually
Oh
said it
yeah,
too.
I remember.
Um there this girl was saying that the Octurian Council, which
Mhm.
is like apparently a group of aliens. I have no idea. She said they released a statement that, oh, people alive during the golden age of Aquarius, which is like right now.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Um,
aren't we just entering the golden age of Aquarius right now?
yeah. Um,
Interesting.
she said that they could have lived a past life as an Atlantean or a Lemurian.
Okay, tell me why I was already thinking that in one of my past lives I was living on Atlantis. That's
You
crazy.
probably were. Oh my
That's
god.
crazy. That's so cool.
All right. Well,
Okay, but also before you go on, what
and destroy your your
do
idea.
don't destroy my heart.
Oh, I'm about
Okay.
to.
But you said the Octurian Council. Is that what you
Yeah.
said? Okay.
Yeah.
So all that I was picturing during that time was the SpongeBob episode of when like Gary and like the snail people like that's all that I'm picturing right now. So I just
What?
needed you to also picture that. I don't
Oh
know.
my god.
You said aliens, Octurian Council. I'm pretty sure there was like a snail council on SpongeBob. I don't know, but that's what I'm
Yeah, I
picturing.
do kind of remember that. Oh my god. Okay. Well, let me kind of destroy your whole thing
Great.
for a second.
Please break my heart.
um, the whole idea of Lemuria was actually an idea from like the 10th century.
Hmm.
And it was like scientists trying to explain why lemurs why
No.
lemurs were found in the Americas and in like Africa.
No. That is not why they call it Lemuria. No. Wow.
It's I mean it's lemur is in the name.
That is so sad.
Yeah. So that's where that name comes from. I don't really know why it turned into oh they were aliens.
That's just because everybody wants it to be alien so bad.
Yeah,
Such
that's
as
probably true.
me.
Yeah. But the yeah, there's actually no proof for that Lemuria either.
Wow, that is so
That
sad.
was debunked as well. Um, but at the time, they thought Lemuria was like the last continent that disappeared. So
Wow. But it's not. It's not a
yeah,
thing.
no, it's not.
Well,
I
there
mean,
goes.
there's no proof. Maybe it's
Yeah,
down there.
true. So now we have to add that to the list too. Juju, write it down.
Go find Lemuria.
Yeah.
All right. So the last theory is the least fun one. It's that Atlantis was just a story Plato told to like teach a lesson.
Savannah, no. You cannot tell me after all of this that it's not real.
Okay, there. Okay, you can
He
think
was,
what you want. There's different theories.
I
This is just a
know, but
theory.
he was a philosopher.
Yeah. See, here are some of my reasons on here. Um, Plato's stories were like a lot of them were just stories and
Hmm.
lessons. So
No.
if we go with that, like
I mean,
could just be a lesson.
it makes sense.
Hmm. And Aristotle, who was Plato's student,
Hmm.
he thought that Plato just invented the place.
Oh, he literally said that?
Hmm.
No.
Yeah, he said, "Oh yeah, he made it up." I don't think Plato himself ever said though. He just kind of told it and was like, "Well, you think what you want,"
Yeah. What a philosopher thing to say.
Yeah, honestly, true. He's like, I don't care what you
Yeah,
think.
I really don't care.
I'm just
Believe me or
gonna
not.
tell it. Um, and but other people. So like, at the time of him telling this story for the first time, anyway, like it was torn back then too.
Mhm.
People believed it, and some people didn't believe it.
Wow.
So it's always kind of been like
Like nobody
up
has
in
ever
the
really
air.
known.
Yeah.
Wow.
Um. So, I mean, that's pretty much my evidence, except that there's not been any definitive discovery of Atlantis yet. It's just really theories.
Yeah.
Um. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense when you think about it because okay, well, first of all, he's a philosopher.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe his lesson was just don't be greedy, don't be immoral. But also, I don't remember the number, but I want to say around 75% of the ocean has like not been explored. So I feel like there is also a potential that Atlantis could be out there.
Yeah. Exactly. I know. See,
So
that's
I
kind of
don't
what
really
I think
know.
too, and
I was
the fact that like
yeah.
some people think that these islands could be it, but if they really did just like disappear, then they would be underwater, right?
Yeah. I mean, they would have to be somewhere. Like they didn't just vanish.
Yeah, but I'm saying like these islands that people think it is,
Oh. Yeah,
they're
yeah.
like above water.
Oh. Well, yeah, unless they all sank, which that doesn't make any sense. So,
Yeah, but
hmm.
I okay. The only theory that I believe was the one about Sardinia.
That's what I was gonna say. Sardine Land, that one I
Yeah,
feel like was the closest one to possibly being real.
yeah. It was definitely the new Atlantis. Atlantis sank, people went there
Hmm.
and made a temple in the middle of the island.
Yeah, and the concentric circles. I'm gonna use that every day in my vocabulary. How? I don't know.
Concentric circles.
Yep,
I mean, it's fun. It's fun to say.
good word.
It's like the Target logo.
Oh my gosh. There. Okay,
Oh my god,
that's
new
crazy.
theory.
New theory.
Atlantis is Target. Target is
Atlantis, or
Atlantis.
at least like whoever invented Target.
Yo.
Wow.
Wait, I just thought of that. That's
No,
crazy.
me too. That's crazy. That's really crazy. Wow.
Hmm.
Hmm. Wow, that was a really
Well, next time you go to Target, you just gotta think about that.
yeah.
Like,
Oh, now
oh,
that's the only thing I'm gonna be thinking about in the future, actually. So
they see, I mean, I don't know, it makes sense. They seem utopian,
exactly.
but also you have to give them money, so they're greedy.
Yeah. Wow. Okay, I think we just figured that out. All right, do
Yeah.
write that down. Get it in some kind of book, published. I don't know,
Yeah,
something.
Juju.
That was really good. I really like that story, that legend you just told me. Okay, well, so I guess I'll just get right into mine. So I'm doing the Legend of Payne Road. So I feel like not a lot of people have heard of this because the story takes place in my hometown of Rural Hall, North Carolina, which is an extremely small town that's like located right outside of Winston-Salem, North Carolina.
Yeah, I barely know about this story,
Yeah,
so
I mean, you did only live there for like a small amount of time, you know?
Mhm.
I mean, you still do,
Yeah,
but you know,
exactly. So, like, this is a good one to tell because you need to get the word out.
yeah, we got to let everybody know about this road. So basically, the story is like local folklore and it's been passed down from generation to generation. And I grew up hearing about the story too and all of its different versions. Um, so nobody really knows when the story of Payne Road started becoming popular, but I think mostly people agree like around the 1960s is when people really started talking about it and all of the different like variations of the story because there are a lot. And
Mhm.
so just going to go ahead and say right up front, I don't know which, if any, of them are real because apparently sometime after all of this allegedly happened, the like city hall burned down. So like all of the records were lost.
Oh
So
my god. Isn't that how it always
that's what I'm
happens?
saying. They just do this to us
Like,
just because they want to leave it open ended. Let's not let anybody
god.
prove anything. So I don't know which. of them, if any of these people even really exist. But I do think that they
Right.
did.
Yeah.
We'll get into that. So anyway, there are three like main variations of the story. So the first two are like the most popular, and then the last is like kind of like the one that most people believe, I would say.
Okay.
So let's just go ahead and get into the first one. So this is the one that I first heard of. And honestly, up until a few years ago, fully fully believed that like this is what happened. And I had never even really heard about the other two. So anyway, I don't know any of the time periods of these either. So sorry about that. But sometime in the past, there was a man named Edward Payne, and he killed his entire family. Yeah.
What? Okay. Why did I kind of think you were about to say that though?
Oh, yeah. It couldn't be good. You know, it couldn't be good. So,
Hmm.
um, anyway, the Payne family lived on Payne Road. And people guess, they don't really know, but they guess sometime in the 1800s. So,
Okay.
one day, Edward Payne, the father figure of the family, found out that one of his daughters was impregnated by one of his slaves.
Oh my god.
Yes, he had slaves. Disgusting, as I said earlier. Horrible. So,
Hmm.
um, Edward Payne was like really rich man. He owned a lot of land. The road was named after him. So that's one reason I do believe that this man existed, because the road is still named after him. So
Yeah. And usually weren't roads named after like the farmer that lived on that
exactly,
road?
and
Like the yeah, and he was like the plantation owner
yes,
or whatever.
yes, he owned this huge plantation, and he had like the main house, he had a chapel, he had slave houses, like huge farmland, and it's still there today. Not everything, but the land is huge. Can confirm. So, um, so he found out that one of his daughters were impregnated by one of his slaves, and he was absolutely not okay with this.
I love
Um,
how it's just like it's probably like the slave's fault, even though
oh,
like
for sure. Even though it was obviously both of them, but he's like the
yeah,
slave,
yeah.
definitely. So, learning this information, he lost his mind and started worshiping Satanism.
Mm.
I don't know
I
why
mean,
people
okay,
always go to that.
yeah. I feel like in today's day, like you kind of accept that Satanism isn't actually bad,
Yeah,
but like back
exactly.
then it was like
Oh,
crazy.
oh
It's like,
yeah,
oh my god,
yeah, like Satan. Yeah,
he's. It's like I don't know. Like the worst thing you can worship.
yeah, it's crazy. It's so crazy to think
But
about.
we'll
Like,
just go with that
yeah,
because
yeah.
like
Anyway, and
it goes with the story that
yes,
it's bad.
exactly. So yes, he started worshiping Satan. And so, anyway, fast forward, he was mad, he was upset that his daughter was pregnant, worship Satan, low key. And, but like, it was fine. But then,
Hmm.
not that long after he found out that his first daughter was pregnant with one of the slaves, he also found out that his other daughter was also impregnated by a different slave.
These girls be messing
These
around.
girls really be messing around. And I know they want to blame the slaves, but I just really don't. I
Yeah,
really don't.
yeah, me either.
Because it's also important to know that like these slaves like lived on the property. So like,
Yeah, like
I
come
mean,
on. I feel like
they
if
were pregnant.
you're not gonna be
Clearly.
doing anything if you're an actual like
Exactly.
slave. Like I
I
don't
know. I know. So
know.
now both of his daughters are pregnant by his slaves, and that's when he truly lost his mind and decided it was going to be the best idea for him to go on this rampage and brutally kill his whole family.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
it doesn't say like how exactly he killed them, but it was brutal. I know that for a fact. So he brutally killed all of them. His wife, his sons, and his pregnant daughters. I guess he didn't care about his grandchildren at all. So that's
Mm.
so good. So good. So after he did that, his rampage just was not over with. So he was like, let me just set this whole plantation on fire.
Oh
And
my
this was like
god.
in the middle of the night. And all of the slaves, like as I said, they lived on the property. So they were asleep in their so called slave houses. And he just lit it all on fire. And so all of his slaves burned alive in this fire and died.
Oh my god.
So, and then, of course, you know what he had to do? He had to kill himself at the end of
Yeah,
all of
so
that.
he could, like, get away with it or
Right,
whatever, like,
right.
so he
So,
didn't have to live with what he did. Well,
exactly.
God.
I know. So, so annoying. Um, so kind of getting into like the legend part of the story, the ghosty, spooky spark. Oh,
Ooh.
nope, that was not it. Spot of the story.
Mhm.
Um, so it said like the trees and like just kind of all of the things around this plantation, like even today, kind of still just look a little bit burnt, which
Okay.
could just be the trees and the nature and like the legend playing in your mind, making you think that's what it looks like.
Yeah.
But I went there myself, and I mean, I kind of think that it does look burnt, which is crazy
Yeah.
to think about.
I mean, could somebody go there and, like, do
Um,
something to make it look burnt?
I mean, they definitely could, and it's definitely possible. I don't know how much like the town people follow this legend, but I just know like everybody knows of this that lives here.
Yeah, I mean, I guess people who live there wouldn't really want people to come,
Yeah, because
so they probably wouldn't do that.
yeah. So I just don't really know. I mean, it also could just be the trees. I don't know,
Yeah.
but it's also important to know that there is a cemetery on the
Do you have,
property.
like, pictures of this?
Um, no. I mean, I'm sure there's some online. I didn't look any up. But no, I didn't want to take any pictures when I went because I was terrified. Didn't want any of that
I
demon
wanna see
energy.
it. I wanna see the burntness.
Well, maybe we should just go.
Well, maybe.
Ooh, podcast trip. Okay, we have a lot of plans. We have a lot of trips that we need to plan.
Yeah.
Um,
This one
after,
seems more attainable.
yeah, this one just a little bit more attainable. So, um, oh, sorry, my stomach is making
I
problems.
know, I heard that. I was like, "What,
She's
Taylor?"
screaming over here. Um, so the haunted part of the story. People say that if you drive really slow and listen very carefully on the road, that you can hear screaming, which people say that is supposed to be like the slaves burning in the fire, which is just so horrible.
Mhm.
So, so sad.
Yeah.
So, oh, but back to the cemetery, I forgot. Let me finish a thought. There's a cemetery on the property, and the gravestones also look a little burnt, but just like at the bottom. So I thought that was interesting because like the trees might be like explainable, might just be a tree that looks like that. But even the gravestones and the headstones, like it looks like burnt at the bottom.
Oh
So
my god. Yeah, well, I wanna see
I
that.
mean,
Like, maybe there's a
yeah,
picture online we can post or something.
yeah. We should definitely look. I mean, if not, we can just go there and then take a picture. So
Yeah,
mhm.
true.
Okay, so that's kind of the end of the first story. So the second is so this story takes place sometime after um like Edward Payne's time. Don't know how long, but it is important. So,
Okay.
one night, a man was driving down Payne Road, and Payne Road is an extremely curvy, windy, very steep, hilly road.
Like
Extremely,
a
it's
roller coaster?
like, yes, it's extremely dangerous. You really need to go slow. Like, it's just such a problem road. So, anyways, one really late night, this guy was driving down Payne Road and there's an extremely sharp turn. And he did not take that turn sharp enough and he crashed his car.
Oh god.
And allegedly, the spot that he crashed his car into
Mhm.
was where Edward Payne's chapel once stood, which is
Oh my
where
god, his
he,
Satan chapel.
yes, his Satan chapel.
Oh my
so,
god.
so that's apparently where he crashed, which, crazy. So, um, anyway, so after he crashed, the car caught on fire and the
Oh my
chapel.
god, of course,
Well,
for
I know,
dramatic effect.
I know.
It just catches on fire.
And apparently, like people who lived around, like heard the crash, I guess, and like came outside. But like because it was at the chapel, and like just imagine, like a car is like in this chapel and it's on fire, and this is where this man worships Satan. Like I wouldn't walk over there. And so,
Yeah, I mean, it's
well,
probably
I mean, I would
yeah,
probably call 911, but also I don't know when
probably.
in history this was. But these people came out, saw that was happening, and were like, you know what? I don't want any part of that. And they just watched him burn alive.
Oh my god, that's kind of awful though.
Oh, it's extremely horrible. Like, it's so horrible. Why would they not at least find
I don't
somebody
know.
to
I
help?
feel like I would help, maybe.
I mean, I don't really know
I don't know.
I don't
I
know
would
what I
get
could
someone to
do.
help.
Yeah, I would try to do something. I wouldn't just sit there and watch him literally die. I would at least go inside. Like like,
At least go inside and ignore it.
I mean, if I couldn't do anything else, I would not sit there and
Yeah,
watch it.
yeah, true.
So so he ended up dying there. Um, and so the ghost haunted part of this is that if you are driving down Payne Road late at night when it's dark and you're kind of like near where this man like crashed his car, you'll be driving and out of nowhere you'll see some headlights behind you, just like a car, behind you in the night. And you'll look and it'll be back there and you'll keep driving, you'll look away, and then you'll look back again just to see, is this car still following me? And there will not be a car there anymore.
Oh my god,
A ghost
that
car.
it's the man.
It's the man in his ghost car. So when I went, that did not happen to me. I do actually wish that did happen to me because that would be so crazy. And also, I
Yeah,
feel like
that
I
would
wouldn't
be
really
kind
be
of
that
crazy.
scared, you know?
You wouldn't if it looked like a car's about to crash into you.
I mean, it doesn't really look like he's going to crash into it. He's just like behind you, you know?
Okay,
Well,
well,
honestly, I would be scared, but I wouldn't think it was the ghost car. I would think it was like a person trying to follow me.
oh
So,
yeah, that would be that.
a different scary.
Yeah, yeah.
So, um, so as legend has it, if you go and turn off your car in the curve where this man wrecked his car, if you turn off the car, get
Oh my
out,
god.
and put your keys on top of the car, and then, mess around, whatever, try to get back in and start your car won't start again.
Okay, this sounds like a very bad idea, and like I want to know how anybody even figured that out, or
Okay.
like why would you do that?
I don't know. I guess somebody figured it out by just like getting out, leaving the car, like leaving the keys on top of the car, like, oh, nobody's going to come. Let's just check out where this man died. And then I guess that started the legend. I don't actually know if that's true. That's just what I
Yeah, I mean that.
imagine.
Yeah, that kind of does make sense, I guess.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't leave my keys on top of the car.
No, no, me neither. But also, it was
I
kind of
don't
like a
know.
different time. Like,
Yeah,
I mean, I don't
yeah.
know when it was, but it was definitely like late 1800s, early 1900s. So, a different time. So, um, when me and my best friend Taylor, shout out to Taylor, we went to Payne Road. I only have went one time because it traumatized me, to be honest with you. So we went, it was in the summer and it was like dusk, like the sun was setting. We were a little bit too afraid to go when it was like super dark, super nighttime,
Hmm.
but we also didn't want to be like lame and go in the day. So we were like, let's just go at sunset, get a little bit of day and night.
Yeah, see, that's like in the middle. It's a
Yeah,
good middle ground.
so
But
that's
but
what we
then it
thought.
like gets darker and darker and probably scarier,
Yeah,
scarier.
that's exactly what happened. So we were also a little bit too afraid to like fully turn our car off and like put our keys on top for many reasons. First of all, we didn't want to get hit because I
Yeah.
mean, the road's not busy, but it's also not busy. So
Mhm. Yeah.
we were like, let's just park the car and, turn it off, but we won't get out. We'll just like roll down the windows and listen. So, that's what we did. And I'll continue that after I tell the last story. But what had happened after, once we were ready to go, Taylor is driving and she tries to start the car and it starts, but it's like struggling. And like, no, she didn't have the
Mm,
best car in the world, but like
mhm.
it didn't ever really struggle to turn on. And then so we're trying to drive up this hill, this super
Oh god,
steep hill.
that seems really scary.
And
I
it was dark at this point. It was dark. And
Cause like that's your escape route and you just like can't even go.
exactly. And it was just like, I mean,
Wait,
her
that
foot,
reminds me of like
yeah.
that reminds me of like running in a dream where you can't run,
Yes,
you
that's
know?
exactly what
You
it
just like
felt like.
you're like running and you just like can't go anywhere.
Dude, that's exactly what it was like because she was pushing her foot on that gas pedal all the way into the floor, all
Oh
the
my
way
god.
it could go. And it was going like 5 miles an hour up this hill. And,
Oh,
like,
no.
I was like, "We have to get out of here right now." And, like, it was just
Yeah.
not going. It was going so slow, and I thought for a minute I was gonna have to literally push it up the hill, push the
Oh
car.
my god.
Luckily, it didn't come to that, but it was so close. And, like, once we got up
Is it
the
like a
hill,
dead-end street?
no, it, like, connects to another tree, but it's, like, super long.
Mhm. So
So,
you couldn't just turn around?
I mean, no. If we turned around, there would be, like, way more Payne Road to drive on.
Oh, well, yeah.
So,
Okay.
like, we went the shortest route we could go, and we still could barely get it out. So, but once we got up there, the car was fine, and we were able to go just like normal. And I thought that was super weird. Like, yes, I guess it could have been the steep hill, but also I don't know because I mean,
Mhm.
it's not like she has never drove up a hill prior to that, and that was never a problem. So that's a little bit suspect, if you ask me.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that's really weird.
oh, it's super weird. It's
It
super weird.
definitely does not just happen.
Exactly. Like, I wonder what would have happened if we would have literally gotten out of the car and put the keys on top of the car, like finished what the legend said, you know? I'm glad we didn't do that.
Yeah, I know, probably something, like, way worse.
Yeah. So, the third and final legend um, is the legend of another man who lived on Payne Road, who, the typical story, him and his wife just didn't get along. They had kids, and, it was just like a bad relationship all around.
So this one isn't Edward Payne?
So this man has no name. I can't find it anywhere. No, I
Okay.
don't think it's not Edward Payne, but I do know that this man's wife name is Dixie.
Okay.
So no, this is not Edward Payne. But yes, he's similar to Edward Payne because this man also decided to kill his whole family. So
Of
also,
course he
I know.
did.
So also, part of me believes like maybe it's a curse. Maybe like Edward Payne cursed this road. Don't know.
Oh my god, so do you think, like, all these stories happened?
Honestly, yeah,
And he, like, cursed.
maybe curse the road. I mean, I
Ooh.
really think that's
Yeah.
possible. I just really feel like all the things that happened to me there and just that car, like it was just really weird. It was really weird.
Mhm.
And like there is maybe denying everything else that happened to me that night, but there's no denying that that car was not working getting up that hill. And that was
Yeah.
so scary. So, anyway, back to this man and his lovely wife, Dixie. He hated his wife. He hated Dixie. Hated her. And
Oh my
they would
god, how can you hate Dixie?
I mean, I guess he didn't
Like, that name?
originally. I know. I loved mm, there's also Dixie D'Amelio.
Oh, well, I didn't even think about
Well, I wish I could
that.
say the same, but that's immediately what my head went to.
I just thought of, like, a cute southern lady.
Yeah, and that's probably what she was.
Yeah.
Um, Too bad that her husband hated her, and he decided one night that he was just going to kill his whole family and make his wife Dixie suffer
Just for no
for
reason?
just no reason. Like, I mean, they said like they would just fight every day, and I guess I don't know what they were fighting about, but I guess this day he had just had enough of it.
Ugh.
So he gagged and tied up Dixie to a chair in the living room, and he called one by one his children downstairs. So he would be like, I don't know their names, but he'd be like, Savannah. And then Savannah
Oh my god.
would walk downstairs.
Me?
Yes, you, not you. But little Savannah walked downstairs and he slit each of the children's throat one by one and made Dixie watch.
Oh no, that's so awful. That's so slow too, I
It's
feel
so
like.
slow, it's so gruesome, and just to make her watch is
Mhm.
just so evil, I feel like.
Yeah.
So she had to watch all three of her like older kids get killed by their dad, and she
Mhm.
couldn't do anything about it. I mean, she was trying to get out of the chair, but she was literally tied to it. And so, um, all of the kids are dead except for the baby. There's a baby and
Oh my god, a little
a
baby?
little tiny baby. And so, um, the dad runs upstairs and Dixie's like he's going to get the baby. This is her chance to get out of here. So she's able to
Yeah.
like rip off, I don't know, whatever he tied her down with, but rip it off and she's running. She's like, you know what?
Mm.
Like I guess she thought she couldn't save the baby. I don't know. But she's running.
Yeah.
She's running outside. And he realizes that she's gotten away and he grabs the baby and starts to run towards the well. And Just like,
To throw the baby in the well?
yes, to throw the baby in the well.
Oh my
Um,
god.
but Dixie realized, she saw him and realized what he was doing, and she was absolutely not having that. So just picture this: the husband has the baby in both of his hands, like
Mhm.
dangling the baby over the well, and Dixie out of nowhere runs up and grabs the baby and runs. So she's
That's, like,
saved.
so like a
I
movie.
know, it's literally a movie. Let's write it. Copyright. Um,
TM, TM.
yes. Um, so she's like running with this baby, trying to get away from this crazy psycho man, and she's running as fast as she can, but it just sucks so bad. But he is faster than her, and he catches up to her on the bridge on Payne Road. So
No.
he caught up to
I
her.
mean, I don't know why I have faith in this story because I know it's gonna end badly.
I know, it is just so sad. But so he grabs her when they get on the bridge and chops her head off with an axe.
Oh my god, he just had to escalate it that
I know.
much? Just chop her whole head off?
Yes. And so after he chops her head off, he grabs the baby and finishes what he intended to do. He threw the baby down the well and then hung himself in a tree right beside the well,
Oh my
which
god.
I feel like is just so disrespectful. Like, you can at least hang yourself somewhere else. Like, don't hang yourself where you just threw your baby down a well, your helpless little
I
baby.
know.
It's just so sad. So, um, the ghost part of this. So apparently, if you go on Payne Road and call out Dixie, the wife's name, it said that a woman's ghost will appear, and sometimes you can even hear like a whistle, which some people say is Dixie, or some people say it's the husband whistling. I don't know,
Mm.
unsure. But when I was on the road, I swear to you, I heard whistling. I really did. And maybe, I mean, like, also, that could have also just been like a neighbor or somebody else, whistling. Don't know.
I mean, why would I don't know.
I
I
know.
guess random people would probably, like, wanna mess with you, but
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't do that,
I
but
don't know.
I don't know. So then just picture, oh no, I lost my notes. Okay. So picture me and Taylor back to where we were before we left, before we had the car problems. We're sitting there, the car's turned off, and our windows are down. It's like a hot summer night. It's like sunset, and we're just listening. We're just like listening and, asking questions, like if anybody's here, like give us a sign or whatever. You
Yeah,
know,
like the usual ghost questions.
exactly. And um we hear, like, so it's summer. It's really important to know that it's summer because we hear footsteps in leaves. Okay, it's not fall. We shouldn't be able to
Oh
hear
my
like
god.
footsteps. Like, I'm talking like so clear footsteps in these woods.
Yeah.
And we were like, is somebody like walking? And we're like looking and we're trying to find like if somebody's really walking up to this car. Cause I mean, that's also a possibility.
Yeah.
Nobody was walking up, and so that was horrifying. And because we like knew, like Dixie is allegedly can walk up to you. We didn't see anybody, but like most definitely heard somebody walking up to us.
Mhm.
And so it's also said that you can hear a baby cry, like the baby in the well, and
Oh.
pretty sure I also heard a baby crying. So there's that.
Oh my
Which is
god.
just so sad. It's so sad to think
So
about.
those are those the only ghosts you saw then?
I mean, I didn't
Or
see any
heard?
ghosts, but yeah. Yeah.
Oh my
And then the
god.
car thing happened. And then I was like, you know what? So after we heard like the footsteps and the crying and the whistling, we were like, all right, let's go. Because it was getting dark and we were like, let's go. And then the car issues
Mhm.
started happening. So we were like, we have to get out of here right now.
Oh my god, if that happened to me, I would be
Oh, and like it
terrified.
doesn't sound that scary, like what happened to me, like just saying
I
it.
mean, it sounds kinda scary.
But like in the moment when you're like there, it's like all so different. Like it's so
Yeah.
scary.
No, yeah, it's probably, like, way worse.
Oh, trust me, it was. So yeah, like I said, there's no like real proof of if any of this happened, if none of this happened, but I personally really think that this road, or at least like the land close to the road, is cursed. I mean, like so many bad things happen. And also, crazy part is that so many people, so this story is pretty popular, like around the town. And so many people were traveling to this road to see if these ghosts were real that they actually renamed Payne Road to Edwards Road to try to like deter people from going to it.
Oh my god. So his first name.
Yes, yes. And
But
so
then if you know the story,
right,
like
right. And like I'm pretty sure it didn't like slow people from going at all.
yeah,
Because like
because everyone's just like, "Oh, they just changed it to this."
exactly. Like if you knew where it was before, you could obviously know where it is again. So
Mhm.
but I never
Yeah.
went back because I was too scared. But I think that we really should go.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I'd be down to go during the day.
Okay, yeah. I mean, that's a good compromise. I don't really want to go back there at night, at all. So I'm down to go in the
No,
day.
that seems like way too crazy to be at night.
I
Because
know.
like, during the day, you can just, like, convince yourself, "Oh, no, like,
Yeah,
there's it's nothing."
exactly. Exactly. So I think Juju, write that one down too. We're going to Payne Road.
Okay, I need to see all Juju's notes after this.
I'll send them to you.
Oh
But
my god, it's just, like, cat handprints.
yeah, that's what I was picturing. That's so
It's
funny.
like, "Okay, I remember what that means."
Oh,
Somehow.
Juju, the little assistant. But yeah, that's pretty much the end of Payne Road. So I guess we'll never really know what happens, but I guess we'll have to update you guys on if we go.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I
Ooh,
feel like that'd be we could vlog it.
ooh, yeah, we should. We
First
did.
vlog.
Yeah, first vlog. Follow us. But yeah, so
Yeah, you'll have to come home, though.
I'll come home. In fact, I might be home in a couple weeks, so maybe we should make
Oh,
a plan.
seriously?
Yeah.
No, yes, definitely.
Ooh, spooky. Okay, well, we did it. We did it again and again and again and again, and we finally did it. And I'm not doing it again,
Yeah,
Savannah.
well, hopefully this is good. I
It's gonna be.
honestly okay, I have faith.
Yeah, me too. No, I really do.
We're gonna listen back and be like, "Oh, there's something wrong with this."
There always is. So, um, you know, oh, I don't think we mentioned this earlier, but
Oh,
um,
what?
so we definitely didn't. But me and Savannah have degrees. We are
Oh, yeah,
actually
yeah.
somewhat smart in
Yeah.
certain ways. So our degrees are both in science, and like this podcast is absolutely not, as you can
Oh,
already
yeah.
tell that.
Yeah, yeah. We're just, like, doing the complete opposite, just
Yeah.
going for the fun stuff.
Yes. Fun,
But,
fun things
I
only.
mean, I don't know, could be true.
Could be true though.
So,
Yeah. Any of the honestly, I'm going with all
anything's
of them are
possible.
true. Yeah. But but because, so studious, we're gonna include our sources in the
Yes, I
description.
know. Taylor's already asked me for all my sources, and, I feel like I did look up some stuff from maybe 1 or 2 other websites that I did not include, but
Ooh, Savannah,
I'll be better next
I
time.
got PTSD. I'm not trying to get caught plagiarizing nobody. So
Okay, but, like, I don't know, these are, like, myths, like, you can make stuff up.
100%. 100%. But if you're
I
interested,
mean,
the sources are
yeah,
below. Because I'm gonna put them
yeah.
in there. Don't you worry about that.
Yeah, there was actually a cool one that I found. It was, like, Atlantopedia or something?
Oh,
I
what?
don't remember. It
Atlantopedia.
was, like, crazy. They had, like, hundreds of theories on, like, Atlantis and
Oh,
stuff. It
what?
was so cool.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's cool. We might have to make a part two.
Yeah, maybe.
Ooh,
To pick a
crazy.
few more.
Crazy. Well, I guess
Yeah.
that's about it. I don't really.
Yeah, we made it a whole
We
over
did
an
it.
hour.
We did
It's
it.
kinda crazy. I
Um,
wonder if anyone's still listening.
I hope.
Hi, all of Taylor's friends.
Savannah, you have friends. Come on. Um,
Will they listen? Maybe.
they better. Hi,
Hi,
Garrett.
friends.
Hi, Garrett. I bet you Garrett has not listened this whole time, so he
You
will
don't think
never
so?
know what I'm saying about him. Um, anyway, so all of our like social medias and such are also in the description, so follow us, please.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, and I guess that's about it. So, you got anything else?
No.
All right, well, bye.
Okay. Bye.